Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is the, my goodness, 28th of March, 2025. This is Flosstube 269. Good morning, Jonathan. We had rain yesterday evening and last night. I haven't talked to Micah this morning to see what y'all are having out there in Florida. It's nice though, because I need to go use my little weed stomper thing that you stomp on and turn and pull your little broadleaf weeds up that pop up. I love that thing. And so I used it 2 days ago. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago I talked to Ann? Hello, Ann. I can't wait to go. She and Cheryl are gonna take us from the airport to Stitch West. And so we're gonna get to have a good visit on the way. And I'm so excited. And so that's gonna be super fun. But we were talking, I can't remember, it was yesterday or the day before, and I was using it. And the ground was a little hard already. So it will be much better to use it now that we've had a little bit of rain. So hopefully I'll get to do that this afternoon. I may go over and help Susu and Patty tonight decorate for a surprise party. And so that'll be fun. Or I may go help cook tomorrow. So Aunt Becky's also in town, so I'll probably run over and see her. What all else have we had? Catchy is all phlegmy, and so many of our kids are. One of ours, her little eyes were running, her nose, and she was just pitiful. Several of the boys have been the same way all week, but of course allergens here are through the roof. It's just that time of year. So some of them have just been pitiful. So we've been, give them a little Kleenex, keep it in your pocket, and still, you have to step in. Those 11s start going down. None of them have been green. So, that's nice. But they have definitely been there. Just little noses pouring like crazy. But we had Dino week this week because it was science week. And so they were just super excited. We made fossils. They dug up fossils. They dug up little dinosaur bones. For snacks, they had bugles, which I love. But I never get them anymore because I don't eat things like that much anymore. But so those were claws. And then they had pretzel sticks for bones. So they had claws and bones for snack on Tuesday. And then they did Dino exercises. And so they all had Dino names to their exercise, because on Tuesday we have praise and play. And so they have little racing and calisthenics and things like this. And so Miss Micah had given them Dino names and had new little twists on them. They were a little bit different than what they usually did. So that was super fun. Miss Linda, like I said, had them where she had a little skeleton of, some of them were T-Rexes and Stegosauruses and stuff, but they were, little about this big. And then they had clay. And so they had to, soften up their clay and roll it out and pat it out into like a little, pancake, and then carefully roll their little dino skeleton in it to make fossil. So they had to be really careful, and we had to re-roll it a couple of times because they pushed through, or they didn't get the head and the tail on there, because you had to kind of rock it. So it was a really good fine motor little project. So, and they loved it. They loved it. Miss Barb had we went to see Miss Barb, and her and I cannot think of her lady. There's a lady that helps her when she does things, and I cannot remember her name because we only get to see her about twice a year. Because she comes on science, and then two little ladies serve the special snack on science. And so we don't usually see them, but during science week and like on graduation week or things like this. But they always set up special things in the rooms. So on one of the tables in Miss Barb's rooms, they got to play with dinosaurs. And on the other table, they had big bins of sand, like they had it kind of packed down. And they got to use little tongue depressors and she was showing them how you had to push down and look for it, you know, push the bottom, and then use your stick like this to be real careful and go around, because when you're looking for the bones, you can't just, you know, or you'll break them. So then the other, she had found, like, you know how little you used to get the little glider planes? They used to be made out of like balsa wood, and now they're made out of like some kind of styrofoam. But these were shaped like little pterodactyls or little quetzalcoatlus, and they were just like those gliders, but they were shaped like that. And so so there was another whole part of the room, half the room was blocked off. And so they were gliding, throwing those. And so they got to be a little more active in that room. So we just had all the fun this week. So it was super fun week. Science week is always fun, but it was extra fun. And then Miss Linda set up we always for special things, Miss Linda sets up like photo backdrops for them. And so this time she got, and I don't know where she got them, but if you're having a birthday party or anything, you know, any activity at school or whatever, she got these blow up dinosaurs. And then she got just little ferns, you know, the top of the little ferns like at Hobby Lobby or somewhere. And then she put them in they're sturdier than a paper towel roll. Paper towel roll would work because you can't really see them. But, so I assume they're the middle of our big roll paper like we put on the tables and stuff. And so they were, you know, about this tall. They made them look different heights. So they look like, kind of like little palms, you know, like palm trees in the background. And then she had little rocks like you put over, you put them over your backflow preventer and stuff outside, little fake rocks. And so look at the kids, there were some taller and some smaller. And then she had little plastic dinosaurs and they could hold some of them. So there were all these little dinosaurs in the background and they looked plastic. They didn't look really like blow up so much. And so then the kids sat on one of the rocks and they could hold one of the dinosaurs if they wanted to. Some of them, and there was a big T-Rex back here, and there was a Triceratops over here. And some of them we could get to, you know, look at that way at the Triceratops. So it was just, they were so cute and so fun this week. They just had the best week and they all did great. It's a lot for them because they're different, we're transitioning different and we're doing different routines. And so, you know, at 3, that's a lot because you're extra excited about things and then your routine is different. So that's extra hard and they did really, really well. And then especially on Thursday, Miss Brittany had to go to Arkansas. She had a death in the family. She made it there. She and Matt made it safe. His grandma passed away. But so Miss Shelby came and helped us and she was fabulous. And she has 4 boys. So Miss Shelby knows the routine. She knows how that active life goes. And so they didn't have their usual Miss Brittany and I either. So they had all the chances to set them off and they just did so good. I'm so proud of them. So proud. So we had a pretty good week. I needed a good week at school because week around here was pretty stinky. So I needed that. And I appreciate my babies bringing that because I needed it. Sure enough. I got some stitching done. I this morning have been on tirade. I'm later filming than usual because it's one of my frog brain mornings. So, you know, I got up and took a bath and then I thought, oh, you know what, I'm gonna clean the bathtub real quick. And so then you might as well clean the bathroom, you know, and then I was, you know what, maybe I'll run the vacuum. And then, you need to clean the vacuum first. And then, you know what, I now want to wash my pillow because I was sneezing last night when I went to bed, and then Patty came in last night and I caught her laying on my pillow, which she loves to lay there, so I usually cover it up with a blanket, but she was laying on it, and it wasn't Patty's fault, it was my fault. I hadn't covered it up. And so last night I started coughing and sneezing, and so I thought, I need to wash my pillow slip. which I should have just gone on and washed all the sheets, but it's my frog thought. So I thought, oh, I'll just wash James Williams shirts. So I threw my pillow slip in with it. And it's just one of those mornings where like this. So here we are finally at 11:40. We're getting there. We're getting there. I don't know. Like I said, we've been all over the place this morning. All over the place. I had to watch a little bit of Flosstubes this week, which made me super happy. Patty and Christy, I got to watch a little bit. I didn't get to finish Christy's, but I want to say before I forget, at Stitch West, okay, it is right here somewhere. We talked about Christy's new oh my gosh, it is in the other room. Midas Butterflies that we talked about last week. She is, and she shows it all in her latest Flosstube, Salty Stitcher Designs. That she's going to have floss packs, charts, and her mom is making bags to match them. Also, she finished her flamingo that I am in love with. So it's going to have to get on my stitch list. And it has a little companion that has two little flamingos, as the girls call them, like this. You know how their faces go together and they make a little heart. So there's a companion chart with it that so there's the long flamingo, tall flamingo like this. It's on Gary's green. It's with cottage garden pinks. It's so cute. She stitched it twice because it got lost in the airport once. She had it in a little bag on the outside of her backpack. You know how you can put things on the outside, and I do it all the time. And pull the little, because you have the little cross straps on the outside. I put the kids' stuff in there all the time at school. When I go somewhere, I put something down in there and then cinch it down tight. I do it all the time. Won't anymore. It fell out or something. She checked with the Uber at the airport, everywhere, and it didn't ever turn up. So she restitched it and is finished and framed. It's gorgeous. And so there will be charts, and her sister is doing zipper pulls. She also makes beautiful crochet purses that are just mind-blowing. Angie's purses are so cute. Like if you need a little statement bag, well, she has all kind of things, but I just think they're so cute to me. They're like a statement bag. I know some of y'all are always going around cute and you would like carry it every day. But for me, I'm like, they're so adorable. It's like statement bag, but they're just so dang cute. So she has, all that is on Christy's Etsy. Y'all know I'm terrible at linking things. I try to sometimes, and sometimes I remember, and sometimes it works. But of course she's good at that. So it's all, if you go to Salty Stitcher Designs, like this video, it's all under there. But her mom is doing bags, which are adorable. The flamingo one is so cute. And so she has some of those showing on there too. So, but she will be at Stitch West with the bags and the zipper pulls, and all those will be in her shop. She has a shop at Stitch West. I don't know what, shop is probably not the right word, but is it? You know what I'm talking about. You know how we're sitting here in Stitch West and they're all around like this? Is it a shop? A booth? I don't know. Anyway, they're fabulous and I love looking through all of them. And so they will all be there and you can get them. The zipper pulls are so cute. So all of them. So you can get the whole shebang all together. And Anne and her friend Cheryl will pick us up at the airport and take us. We're going to drive and visit and on the way. And so they can tell us things on the way. And I'm so excited about it. So that is going to be so fun. But while we're on that, this is Love All Around by Christy, Salty Stitcher Designs. It is a PDF or is there a chart for this in Christy? I can't remember. Mine is a PDF, but it is so cute. And this is as finished as I'm finishing mine, and there are 2 errors, at least big errors in it, that I just decided to leave because I'm bitter this week. And so, because before I finish what I want to finish in, I want to ask Christy's permission, because it's kind of hateful, because it's beautiful, and it's called Love All Around. And I do love love. I just don't think it loves me back sometimes. You know? I mean, I have known great passion in my lifetime. I mean, you know, I'm a teenager of the 80s. So I have known great passion in my lifetime. Everything goes in the 80s, right? You're safe. Love. I feel kind of like that's a Hallmark gimmick, okay? I don't know. I don't know. Y'all can chime in on that. I mean, I don't know. If y'all found Prince Charming and he didn't turn into an idiot or an ass, I need y'all to let me know. Or disappear completely. I'm gonna need y'all to just chime in and let me know that down in the comments, because I don't know so much about that. We're gonna leave that there. So I'm gonna ask Christy's permission before I completely finish this, because I'm either gonna put, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Now she has some other little hearts in here that I didn't put in yet. And see, you can see my boo-boo here. See how it's shaped a little weird there? And there is, oh, where was my other misshape? Another misshape somewhere else. And I can't remember where now. I'm sure one of y'all will spot it right off the bat. Maybe it's on this side. Maybe not. I don't know. Anywho, so I'm either gonna put Love Stinks and put other little hearts here, or I'm going to put Love is a 4-letter word. So, but I'm going to ask Christy's permission first, because it is her beautiful chart and I love it. But I want to ask her permission before I do it. Because, I mean, I know she loves us too. You know, she loves to see what we do with her charts and everything. But that ain't very nice. I know. And Christy is sweet. And and she loves her husband. And this is just not nice. But I tell y'all all the time, I'm not nice. And I'm one of those people that has pretty long fuse. And then when it blows, it's like a nuclear blast, and it leaves nearly like a black hole that sucks everything in. I'm pretty sure there's still a black cloud of maybe purple of anger and curse words hanging over this house from Saturday night, when I had my belly full from the Saturday before and all week long. Now I have been having the best week of my life, because we ain't hardly spoke since Saturday. Not tomorrow, last Saturday night. So I've been having the best week of my life, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's been nice and quiet around here, and I like it that way. So I'm going to ask permission before I put that on here, because it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and I love it. But before I put my words on here, I'm gonna ask her. So I'm gonna text her when we get done filming and ask her if it's okay to put it on there. And then I will put it in with my Valentine's. Yes, I will. I will put it in with my Valentine's. If I don't have it sewn onto my forehead. I may just put it on up there. But it's beautiful. So you can finish it out, you know, as an actual love piece. It's just too cute. And like I said, I did have to change my colors because my 778, and I keep intending to compare it to my chart, because I have a DMC, you know, like color chart, because I'm real curious to see. Let's see if we can find something that's kind of just white we can hold this guy against. Oh, that's blue. Okay, this is one of my, I guess this is the 2024 Nashville Market cookbook thing. It looks kind of pink against there, but it's got so much gray in it now. And I'm gonna tell you, I think it's from the 80s. I think I've had it since the 80s. And so when you put it on here, see, it looks like nearly gray and white, see? It's like not, so the 778 was the called for, but let me see, the 778 and the, did I even put it on here? No, some dumb. Nope. It was 778, and I'm not sure about the 816. The 816 may be right. But I had to, so I changed mine to 3733 so that it would have some actual color to it. I can't remember if the 839 is right brown or not either. Because y'all know sometimes I just go in there and grab a color because I have no patience and no attention span. But see, that one just, I mean, it looks like nothing on this. And this is that Chai by Seraphim. And it is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. But that color ain't do much on there. And I think Patty used the called fors on hers, and hers looked beautiful. So I'm thinking my 778 must be just dead. So I need to check that and probably put it in the girls' stitchy bin. And no, they still do not stitch like they don't like to use the chart, and they don't like to do stitches that are like really regimented or anything. They still like to just, and I remember being this way until I was probably in between Kimi and Aria's age. And so I'm thinking maybe that'll start setting in with them is when I started embroidering more and more. But I would just like stitch things together, and it, it wouldn't work right. But I like to just sew things together, thinking I could make something, just make it right. And with no pattern, and not understanding that you needed to sew it and then, turn it the other way. And so, all this, but they still like to do, that's their favorite. They'll just sew. So anything like this, I just put in their little sewing bin, scraps of fabric that are, still, like this. I just put in there. And then if I want to go get one of them, if I need a scrap for something, I'll go get it out of there. But it is, it's there when they want it, and they'll just go in there and get it. And sure, can I sew something? I'm like, yeah, baby, your bin is in the closet, and off they go. So I'm thinking this is probably going to end up in there because it is, I bet it is way faded when I remember to check it. So that is Love Is All Around by Salty Stitcher Designs. It is on Chai by Seraphim. It has 816, DMC 816, 839, and 3733 are the colors I used. So I will see, I'm gonna, like I said, I'll check with Christy, and if it's okay to do that on here. And I know Yeah, I know that's weird, but I mean, that's not nice. And so, I thought about putting, I really had thought about giving it to somebody and putting their initials on there. Because they've been doing some really good work on their marriage. And doing really good. And I'm really proud of them. But, you know, I got that boo-boo in there and all. And they would probably never notice. But then I was kind of, y'all know I think about Juju all the time. And I was not thinking no nice thoughts when I was putting them stitches in there. So I didn't want to give that to nobody with that bad juju on it. Just saying. Just saying. I ain't trying to be like that. And on my Addie LaRue update, I'm still loving it. I recommended it, and y'all know I try to be honest when I be recommending a book. But be prepared, if you're me, to love the book and be hating the characters. Because y'all know, when people ask for something and get it and then whine about it, I do not understand. I don't understand. So, I'm angry. I'm angry at both the characters in it and really like the devil better than either of the other people. So, get ready. Me and Mephistopheles are the best friends in this book so far. Not the characters. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't even know that I like them right now. Y'all just whining all the time. Wanted something, begged for it, and got it, and then kvetching, whining, carrying on. I don't like it. I don't like it. So yes, I am 100% siding with the devil in this book. Y'all beg for something? Even pay for it. Pay for it. Literally with your soul. Literally. And still whining. I don't get it. And I guess because he's the devil, I guess he likes goading them or something. Because I just wouldn't, I'd never talk to him again. I guess that's why, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if that'd make me a really good devil or a really bad one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works. Because, listen, if you're over here whining and crying, and I show up and offer you a deal, and you say, yes, yes, okay, okay, and you don't ask for no limitations, you don't ask no parameters, yes, yes, please, please, and I give it to you, and then you just immediately start bawling about it, I ain't got no cut for you. But he shows up every now and again and be talking at him, which I don't understand. I just be like, you're like those people that you meet and, you know, they seem real, real nice. And then, for whatever reason, they have, like, I mean, and I have boundary issues because, I mean, I will get, you know, I'm like this. But these people will ask things and ask you to do things that are way outside the parameters of comfort for me, in which there aren't a lot of things. But, you know, if I've been knowing you for just a few weeks and you ask me to keep your kid overnight, that's a no-no. That's immediately on the no list. Nope. No, I can't do that. That is, one, that is not only not comfortable for me, that is very uncomfortable for your child. Completely. So, yeah, no. And that's kind of like, so those people, I just have to say, yeah, no. And they kind of get the message, and they usually just, kind of don't contact you no more after a little bit, because I don't understand. I don't understand that. I mean, I'm a real open person, but there are things that are just to me like, no, I can't do that, because that's not okay for me. And I hope it's not okay for your kid. Maybe it is, I don't know. And you do you, man, but I can't get there. I would never, ever let my kids stay with somebody. Nope. So I have to believe I would do them in this book like that. I'd be like the devil like that. Well, yeah, you're dead to me. That's how it would be. Gotta go. Gotta bounce. Anyway, so Addie LaRue, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm loving the book, not the characters. So there you go. I don't know. It's very strange. Micah still says it's in her top 5. So I don't know if by the end it will be in my top 5, or it'll be like, yeah, I still love the book, don't like the characters, so it's not in my top 5. This is my We the People. I worked some more on my blue this week, which is so pretty. The blue and the white is so pretty. I didn't think that would be so much a favorite for me. I did not think that I would love the blue and white stars as much as I have. I'd be real sad to have to go back to the red and the white, because I really usually love red and white together. It's like, yeah. But this blue and white over here, I'm like, oh, I love this. So I don't know if it's because I like stars. I love the look at the sky, which in Midlothian ain't no good. And I know some of y'all live in big cities, so it's real bad. But Midlothian has the cement plants and stuff, and they have the lights on, all night. The shifts run all night, right? And so between the dusty, there's a little bit of fine dust always in the air, and then the lights from them being on all the time gives an ambient light, around. And so your stars aren't near as good as they were like when I lived out to Maypearl, which isn't that far away, but you're 12, 15, we're probably even further than that because they're on the north side of town, maybe 15, 20 miles as the crow flies from the cement plants. So I love to look at the stars at night. So maybe that's why I love it so much. And I haven't called Kelly. There at the first county show this morning. The next ones will be next week. So I haven't checked in to see how they did this morning. But I'm loving this so much. Those blue and white stars are so pretty. I left my needle in there, so I just pushed it to the back. So that's why you see that blue thread running horizontally there on the right. It is so cute. Now I'm using my white floss thread, however you're supposed to say that word. This one, it's DMC. I know you can get it off 123 Stitch. I don't know if other places carry it because I think it's really for smocking. That was the first time I ever saw it used years ago. My high school boyfriend's mom, the one that taught me to cross stitch, also smocked. And of course she'd make those beautiful dresses and things. And that's the first time I ever saw this thread. And as far as I'm aware, that's really what this thread is for. So I don't know if like a lot of LNSs carry it or not. I'm sure they can order it because it is DMC, but I don't know how much of it they have to order at a time. But I'm gonna tell you, if you and your friends get together and order some, you will want to keep ordering it because it is a game changer on white. I don't know if I can push it up close enough that you can see. Of course, I'm sure there's cat hair on here because now that Tobes is gone, Patty and Queso came in some during the week while Tobes was here. It took till the middle of the week, probably about Thursday. No, because that was just yesterday. So maybe Wednesday. I mean, it's just been a day or two now that Patty has come in the house and given us the forgiveness that I guess maybe we didn't deserve for Tobes being here. She was so mad. She would not come in, not day or night. She would not come in this house. None. Hated us. If I hold it up really close, I don't know how close I can get it in focus so that you can see how nice the white floss thread lays down. It doesn't look bumpy or anything. I mean, it's gorgeous. I love, love, love it. I don't think I'll ever go back to using anything else. Seriously, it is life-changing thing. And it just has these colors, which also says, let's see, here. And now I added this 646 is what I'm back stitching in around the edge. So that's not normally in there. The Love All Around and this one and my Nutcracker, which we're going to talk about next, are all Ada friendly. This is Christie's Etsy. This may be easier if I turn it this way. There we go. That one's probably easier to see. This is available. I think they're all available. All of hers are PDF and a hard copy. You can get from your LNS. Or, I mean, if you're somewhere else, you can get them, you know, you can get them from her Etsy shop too. But it's easy to read. It's easy to see. I love it. I'm having so much fun with this one. I can't wait to see everybody else's. It's just going to be so exciting to me because we, you know, like I said, we all talked about it. We got them at StitchCon. And all started them, and so we haven't seen each other's except just on, you know, on Flosstubes and in texts that we've sent back and forth. So I'm so excited to see how everybody's actually looks in person, because you know how it is. Like a picture or video is not. It's not the same. It's just not the same. The color is always a little different, no matter how hard I try. Now, some of y'all may be good enough you can get actual color. I mean, y'all may be like my coworker, Brittany. She can get things, she can tweak it around. She'll tweak the color around until you know, she can keep comparing it, tweaking the color until it's like, right, what we're looking at. She has skills and patience and youth that I don't have. She's the age of my kids. And so she and her husband are the sweetest things. I love working with her. They're just the sweetest people, sweetest kids. They're very selfless. They have a servant heart. They're always helping people and being sweet and kind. And they volunteer at church. And they, like I said, they help people do stuff all the time, not just at church, but everywhere. So I'm always so proud to say that I know them, and that I'm also proud that, because I need all the help I can get with things, because she will just literally, like I said, she'll get on there, and my kids, you know, Mike and them they can do it. They'll just sit down and, oh no, Mom. Because like Michael always take a little video and then she'll just like, which probably all y'all know how to do, I just don't. And then she'll watch the frames and then stop it in the exact perfect frame that she likes for a picture. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. That's some Harry Potter stuff for me. That is not real. I don't know how that happens. Harry Potter stuff. Now, it's not, I mean, I might could learn someday, but now for me, that is Harry Potter land. That's right up there with Floo powder, which I wish I had. Just thinking I had Floo powder, I could go visit everybody. That would be fabulous. We wouldn't have to take no plane anywhere. We'd be there. Now, of course, like me talking to my ALEXA, I would probably end up with some diagonal incidents, but we'd have to see. Jenny, I laughed and laughed. I love that the 7-Eleven songs are a nationwide, like a little nationwide word event. I love that all the people call them that. And before I forget, Amnicon Studio. I did not realize you had a Flosstube. Amnicon Studio, Amnicon, has a Flosstube. And Patty said that she loved your stitching and you have like knitting, I think. And she said it was amazing. So I know that Anne and some of y'all do both of those things. So y'all might want to check her out. I haven't got to check her out yet. But of course I would not know, literally not know how to knit. I mean, you want to talk about some magic stuff with me. Keeping two things going at one time, I don't know about that. To me, crochet seems more like cross stitching, right? Because I've got one, like I've got like a needle, right? This is a needle, and I've got thread, and this is how my brain thinks about this. And I can crochet rudimentarily, very, very basically. But this, I don't even know that. I don't, what's happening here? Yeah, I don't know. That is, and I guess nobody I knew knitted. Mama crocheted everything. She did tons of crochet. She did not knit. I know even when I was a kid, she still liked to learn things. She and I think my mama and my Aunt Wanda went and took a needlepoint class and learned how to needlepoint. Like I said, she also took swimming lessons when I was a kid and taking swimming lessons. She had never learned how to swim, and she decided she wanted to take some swimming lessons. And that was, she said, one of the things in her life she was most proud of was her swim lessons, that she had learned how to swim as an adult. It always bothered her that she did not know how, and she signed up and took some swim lessons as an adult from Miss Lois, Miss Griffith down at the Optimus swimming pool. And Miss Griffith is who taught all of us how to swim. Miss Griffith is also, was Deanne's grandma, and Patty, who is Susu's sister, that I worked for at the flower shop. She was her first mother-in-law. Patty's first husband was killed in a car wreck, and her oldest daughter, Deanne, was Miss Griffith's son. And so, you know, we've all known each other like that. I mean, when we, you know, we've all lived here together, and there's just like layer after layer of knowing each other all these long times. And so she took swim lessons from Miss Griffith. Miss Griffith had polio as a child, as many people did back then, before there was a vaccine to keep you from getting polio. I'm just gonna leave that right there. You do with it what you want. She had polio and always had to walk with, you know, the arm like the crutch thing that went up on your arm like this. And as she got older, of course, it got, you know, harder and harder, but she could always swim because that took, you know, all the weight off your legs. So she could tread water, and so I always loved that she could do that. So that was something I wanted to do as an adult, learn to do. And so now I can tread water all day in the pool. I can stay in the pool and tread water all day, just like Miss Griffith. She would get out there in the deep end, and of course, back then there was a big high dive and there was a low dive. And she would tread water while every swim class jumped off. At the end of swim class, you know, you could jump off the diving board, the low or the high. Of course, I went off the high as a child. I got kicked out of my first swimming lessons for swimming too good and told I had to go somewhere else because I was not a child swimmer. I was an intuitive swimmer, and I had to go to another class because I was swimming away from the swim teachers. So I had to go to another swim class. So as a little kid, I jumped off the high dive, and they asked me when I got done what I thought about it, and I said that first step was a doozy. So I liked it. Even back then, I liked things like that. So I guess when I jumped off the cliffs at the cliff at Rick's in Jamaica, it was no surprise. And that was 7 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that. And so that was still great fun. I landed a little wrong, not quite straight. So I bruised up on my bottom pretty good, but, you know, because you got to go in real straight because you're going a long ways down. And so if you're just a little bit off like this, yeah. And so I did, and I bruised. My bottom was rough looking, but it was fun. It was absolutely fun. It was amazing. Amazing. I loved it. I loved it. I don't know that I would do it again because as I get older, now I'm like, realize I'm a little more inclined to break. And I don't heal up as fast as I used to. Even that bruising took a long time to heal up. So, I don't, that takes a bit. I got a decent amount done on my Nutcracker. I wish I would have got my mouse finished. But, okay, all weekend I spent working in my yard. So that took a big chunk out of my stitching to begin with. I decided to do some chaos gardening my flower pots. And so they all need new dirt or need dirt topped off because, it settles over time. And we've been here 6 years this summer. So, and I think I've only added dirt one other time. So I had to top them off and break it all up and top it off. And then I put some seed in there and I separated some daylilies. And those that I separated probably won't bloom this year. I don't care. I just need to get them separated. So they're in there. So now I have to do the big ones on the far side of the pool. And so I'm just dying to see how that works out. I had a little bit of fun with it last year and I just decided to go all in this year. So I would have had him finished, absolutely, because I love stitching on him. But I got to having fun in the yard. The weather was pretty. This is my Twin Peaks primitive. It is so cute. I love it. And I've worked some more on his, what is that? This is right side of his like surcoat, and then the right side of his breeches. So here he is. So I just had like up here, right to here, I think, or something. And so then I came down here and did this. And then I just had like this side here. And so this is done. And I'm just in love with those colors on here. That purple is gorgeous. Oh, and I was gonna take a picture of my irises in the front. I bought them in a grab bag, and I don't know what the other ones were supposed to be, some kind of lily. They did not bloom still this year, but the irises are, and they're like a flag iris. They're not like a Dutch. And so, but the outside, they're not petals, but they are dark purple like this, like super dark. And then the inside, this part up here, is like gold. Gorgeous. So it was worth it. I think they were $5. So even though the other ones haven't done anything for 2 years now, these came up. Last year they came up, but they didn't bloom. This year they came up and bloomed. So I'm excited. I love them. I'll try to remember to take a pic. But it is so cute. I'm not, like I said, I'm not in a big rush about it. I just want to have it finished for Christmas next year for Kimi. And maybe Aria, you know, because she says she's going to go to she's going to try out for the dance school. You have to try out. You don't just get in. And then you have to retry out every year. And so Kimi did jury week the week before they came, and she did fine. She made the cut or whatever. So Aria says she's going to end next year. So we're hoping that she will, if for no other reason, and I know this, but y'all know, Micah, my first baby, you know, before those two, before Kimi and Aria, my babies, Micah, my first baby girl. And it's easier for her to go to one school than two. And I know that's not, I mean, that's probably silly, but it's easier for her to take them and pick them up at one place and volunteer at one place than having to do it at two places. So I'm just saying. So I'm hoping that she will keep on with that. So I'm loving this guy. And we will have I got shares this for today. Also, but I'm loving this, loving this. And I promised, I had a haircut adventure this week. I'm gonna have to see if we can get to it in a minute. Charles, and I was with some friends, our too much Charles was mudlarking, and he, you know, we've seen him, he's sent buttons for me to put on things and stuff, and I just love when they go and I get to see what they find. It's just amazing to me the things they can find there. They go beside like the River Thames and stuff, and then on the sand and the silt and all, and they find the coolest things. And so one of them, is it Cy? Did I say his name right, Charles? He was new to me. I hadn't seen him before. Found and I think he was the one that found a little toy cannon. It's so small, like a little toy. And it made me think of when I finally got to see our Come and Take It cannon in Gonzales. And, you know, if you see things about Texas, a lot of times you see what I have on t-shirts that say Come and Take It. A lot of people equate it with a fascination with guns, which we do. We do have a big gun culture here. Part of that is because people are weird. And part of that is because it's just necessary. I mean, Keely, you know, I mean, all the farmers, I know people like that. There is a long gun within reach in all their vehicles, in all the farm vehicles, right? Because you may have to shoot a coyote at any time. It's the way it is. You can go out and check your cows, and there can be one, attacking, trying to eat one of your baby calves, especially if one's just fallen, just dropped. It will be on it. Same thing with the sheep and the goats. I mean, they're hungry. We've, too many people done moved out here, and we've used up all their space. And I say too many people because, listen, my people was here before Texas was Texas, okay? So it wasn't us. And I get it. You want to come here. It's a nice place. Okay, I hear you. But I'm just saying. So you have to have, I mean, it's just a necessary thing, okay? So for a lot of people, it's a necessary. It just is a necessary, okay? It's not, and we don't, I mean, at least my family, we don't go out and shoot at the range just to, blow through cases of ammo. For the most part, we sight in at the beginning of the season at home. If something gets off, we re-sight in at home. We're not those people, okay? And nobody in my family walks around with a gun on them. I do not cut with that. That does not set well with me at all. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am, one of my doctors says I'm 5'5". My other doctor says she'll be nice and give me 5'5.5". I have made it my entire life. And I have been in some bad situations. I have had to get away from people. I've had to fight people. And I have never in my life walked around with a sidearm strapped to my leg, looking like I was Billy the Kid. Now listen, if you can't take care of your business without that, I don't know what to say to you. Except don't look at me. Because if you're the last guy on the planet, and I'm the last gal on the planet, I mean, it's too late now, but in younger times, the human race is gonna die, Bubba. If I've made it this long without walking around carrying, and you can't, and you're a grown man, you got 50, 100 pounds on me or more, a foot on me or more, don't. You look silly. You just look silly. And you look scared. You look silly and scared. And I'm sad for you. There, that's my take on it. And it's ugly and hateful again. But I'm sad for you. I'm sad for you. I'm a girl. I'm a girl. And not a real big one. Especially when I was young and put in terrible situations. And I have fought and scratched and bit and run and got out of all of them without walking around with a gun strapped on my leg. Let me tell you about compensating. Don't say it. Don't say it. Because that's not what I meant to tell you. And I'm about to go over and be mean. Anywho, that got me off on another tirade. Come and Take It is a cannon here. And it is part of the Texas independence from Mexico. Like I said, you see it on things all the time here. It's white and you'll see the black cannon and just the words, come and take it, right? Well, it's down at Gonzales, which is down south. And in 1831, Mr. DeWitt, he was the DeWitt's colony. The capital of it was Gonzales, and he asked the Mexican government and Santa Anna if I'm remembering right, if he could have, he needed something to help protect from the Indians at the time. The Indians were attacking the colony, which they had every right to do, right? I mean, let's just be honest about that. And if we're gonna tell the truth today, and so Santa Anna sent a non-functional cannon because it was really just to kind of scare, right? It should look scary. Well, of course it got there, and Texans being Texans, one of the best and worst things about us is we do what we want, which used to be a good thing. Nowadays, I'm not quite so sure. And so they took and were able to turn it a little bit and bore a hole so they could make it functional. And so now the fake cannon was a real cannon. And so and like I said, and also the deal was we had to give it back. When the Mexican government asked for it back, we had to return it. So in 1835, when there was kind of rumblings about that Texas was wanting to do its own thing and get out from under Mexico, Santa Anna says, hey, I want my cannon, all my guns back. I want all my artillery back, okay? And so he sends a group of Mexican soldiers to Gonzales to get the cannon back. And they're known as the Old 18. 18 men met them at the river and said, come and take it. If you want it, come and take it. And they were willing, they were going to fire on them. And so they just turned around and said, nope. And went back and told them, I don't know how there was how it went down. I don't remember that part of the story. I should have listened better in Texas history, but I had that in the 6th grade. So I'm going to beg a little bit of forgiveness then. So then they were they were going to take it to Alamo, okay? And this would have been, this should have been in the fall. The fall of 1835. And so then they're going to take it to the Alamo. So they turn, they're going to take it to San Antonio. So it has to go this way. And on the way, the carrier for it busts. And they don't have time to try to build another one, and all this. So to keep the Mexicans from getting it and using it against the Texans bury it. And the ones that are going head on to the Alamo. And I think that's about 6 months later, the Alamo happens. And then there's San Jacinto about a month after that. And then, Texas is independent. So that cannon gets forgotten to time. It stays buried for 101 years. 101 years it stays buried. And a flood washes it up, where they can see it again. And they have it checked and rechecked. The Smithsonian verifies that it was a non-functional cannon made functional, and verifies that has to be, the one it was. So that's the story of the come and take it cannon, that Charles' little cannon toy that they found when they were mudlarking made me think about. So sometimes lately I really am kind of about some of the things we do. I find them kind of cringy, but everybody has their thing. We're all passionate about something, right? So I just have to know that half the time I'm going to be not happy about something somebody else is real happy about, right? But I love that story. And when I got to go see it, I finally got to go see it. And I was super excited. And this, y'all, has been, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or something. And I'm an adult. But y'all know I still get excited like a crazy little kid or dog or something. And so we get there, and I'm chomping at the bit by the time we get there. And I jump out of the truck, and I'm like running all around the outside. It has this big grounds around the outside, right? And I'm looking, and I can't find it, right? It's a cannon. It's got to be on the outside, right? And I can't find it. I'm like, oh my God, did they loan it to somebody? Is it going somewhere for a show? Oh my God, did I come and it's not here? And I'm like in manic panic. And I run in the door, and I'm like looking around, and the man says, ma'am, can I help you? And I said, I'm here to see the cannon, and I can't find it. He goes, it's in that room. And I said, no, I'm here to see the cannon. I'm thinking, what's wrong here? I mean, cannon. You can't mistake that for many things. Cannon. He goes, it's right in there. There's a room. This building ain't that big. So I think, well, maybe he's, a little addled. Maybe he's been working here a long time and he's, a little touched or something. And so I walk in that room. I could have took that cannon home in the back of my truck. I ain't even joking. No joke. It was insanely small. Ridiculously small. I'm pretty sure if somebody had put it on some type of a sled, that me and a couple of friends might could have pulled it. Just saying. Now, the wheels, it's going to sink and stuff, okay? I get it, because, you're down south, it's sandy, it's not hard packed, okay. I get that. But, I'm thinking if we put it on a sled, we could have probably pulled it somewhere. It was that little. It was that little. I was shook. Shook. Absolutely shook. Absolutely shook. So if you ever get a chance, of course, I'm going to tell you, don't ever miss the Alamo. I love it every time I'm in San Antonio. I go and walk the grounds. Now, I don't stand in line to go see the inside. I've seen the inside numerous times. So I don't, I feel like there are people waiting inside, waiting in the lines to see the inside that may never get the chance to see it again, right? These people may be from far off or something. So I'm like, I'm not going to take up time in the line to see what I've seen several times before, right? But I go walk the grounds every time I'm in San Antonio. It is, it's nearly biblical for me. I mean, to think of the sacrifices made. And then, of course, I have to go over to the cathedral and, go inside and see the little tomb over there. And I won't give that away. I mean, you can ask about it in the comments if you want to, but it's very sweet and it's very moving. And then go on and go to San Jacinto, and there's all the, of course, you can do the mission trail with all the beautiful missions that are there. And there's a part of me that loves that. There's a part of me that hates that. There's a part of me that loves that people were devoted enough to think that they would, that they wanted to help people and they thought they were helping people. There's a part of me that hates that they tried to forcefully make people and take people's religion from them. That part I don't like. So it's kind of double-edged for me. They are beautiful though. They are beautiful. I love them. I absolutely love them. And like I said, it's just, I have to kind of, things like that. So, and now I've been off on all kind of tirades here, and I didn't even have much stitching. I've gone on for heaven knows how long now. Shares this week. I'm back to semi-normal, or as normal as I ever get. So, shares this week, in honor of Tobes being here, we're heart in hand. This is so cute, the dog sampler. And let's use the word dog, just D-O-G. I guess you can tell me the name of your favorite dog. My favorite dog was, my first favorite dog was Trouble. Was a little poodle. And I had it when I was little, and I had it when my baby sister was born. And my neighbor, Meanie Moon, told me that I had to either give her the baby or I had to give her my dog. And I thought, oh no, that's my good dog. You know, I'm a little kid, but I know a good dog. And I said, well, and I cried. I said, well, you'll just have to take trouble, because I can't let you have my baby sister. You'll just have to go on and take trouble. And of course, you know, back then, I don't know if people are still this way. I mean, some of my family still are, but because we didn't like that, but people was mean to kids. That was mean. I would never have done that to my kids, but she was even our neighbor. She wasn't even kin to us. But, so, tell me the name of your best dog. And in honor of my irises and flowers coming up, and I'm sure y'all are in the same boat, this is Country Garden Stitchery, and it is so pretty. It's called Pink Tulip Trio, and it's from 2009, so you probably had to get it on the secondary market. But y'all, look at this thing. It is gorgeous. Use the word tulip. I guess let me know if you like tulips or not. I love them. They don't last that long, but I do love them. This is so funny because I think I have this in my stash, and then I know I've had it in my stash for years, and then it's been sent to me a couple of times, so I know that it's been stitched by lots of people, and it is just so cute. It is by Country Cottage Needleworks, and it is called Stars and Stripes. And if you're interested in this one, use the word stars. Look at those little guys and their little boater hats. Like a little barbershop quartet. And they have their little musics up above them. What do they always sing? Sweet Adeline, Sweet Adelaide. I don't know. I've been on Joan Baez this week, and because I watched A Complete Unknown. If y'all have not watched that, jump right on it. So good. Timothy Chalamet did a great job on Bob Dylan. Ed Norton, who I think is so brilliant. Man, he's a fabulous actor. As Pete Seeger was amazing. And I mean, it was just so good. It was so good. Parts of it were just heartbreaking. But I loved it. The stitching I got done on who? That may have been on my Nutcracker. I may have been stitching on it while I was watching it, so I probably should have got more done, but I was watching that. And I have a couple of these. I know I have at least two, so I was like, oh, well, this one I'll put out, because I have one, and then this one too. This is Hands On Design, and it's one of their block parties, and it's the one for the kitties. So use the word cat, C-A-T, cat. And it is the cutest thing. Look at that. I love it, and I have to get it done. It is so cute. So those are our shares this week. If you're interested in those, subscribe, like, and use one of the keywords in the comments. And Luana said that she thought if I'm going to change my swans in my Maya's butterflies, that I should change the other colors so it would go on my sampler wall. So thank you for that, Luana. Charles, that game with those roosters is horrifying. Charles said when he was in London, one of the people there that was mudlarking with him was an English person. and told him about a game they used to play, I think in the 1700s, called Shycock, Shycock, which is alarming enough in today's rhetoric to begin with, but look it up. They buried a rooster with its head sticking out and chunked stuff at its head till it was dead. And if you're the one what threw the thing and was the coup de grace and finally killed it, you got to take it home and eat it. Now I'm going to tell you right now, one, I ain't real interested in eating no rooster. I don't know what you're going to do with a rooster unless you're going to cook it in dumplings, because it's going to be tough as all get out, one. Two, that thing is going to taste gamey because it's all stressed out. That's why you need a clean kill. That's why you don't bludgeon things to death and eat it. That's why you need a clean kill, because the more hormones and stress hormones that run through that meat, the yuckier and gamier and kind of muskier it tastes. It's yucky. Now, I guess back then you didn't know no better, you starve or eat it. I don't know. But Charles, I'm with you. I'd like to fell over dead. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So on that horrifying thought, or maybe that's a great thought, that at least we don't hit things in the head as a game nowadays, and then, you know, whoever hits it the hardest and kills it gets to eat it. Maybe that's a plus. Maybe we have progressed this much off caveman. I don't know. Maybe it's this much, because I guess they were this much off the caveman to invent the game. And then maybe we're this much now that we think the game was horrifying. I don't know. But on that note, have a happy Friday and have a great weekend and enjoy your stitching. And thank you for letting me ramble on today. Bye.